Hello, 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 everyone. And thank you for joining us for our new Edward J. Lewis II Lawyers in the Classroom program series. For those of you who aren't aware, the Chicago Bar Association's Edward J. Lewis II Lawyers in the Classroom program has existed for over 30 years. The program, which was originally a part of Constitutional Rights Foundation Chicago, involves me, Tiffany Watson, director of the program and former teacher and administrator, placing attorneys in second through eighth grade social studies, social sciences, and literature classrooms to teach students about the U.S. Constitution, their constitutional rights, our legal system, and their rights and responsibilities under the law. Now, under the auspices of the Chicago Bar Association's 501c3 since 2019, the Lawyers in the Classroom program has continued to flourish. Attorney volunteers are partnered with teachers to provide students with grade level lessons and knowledge based on real life experiences, help them develop their critical thinking skills, and offer young people an opportunity to interact with a variety of positive adult role models. The purpose of this series is for you to learn more about our participants in the Lawyers in the Classroom program, i.e., our attorney volunteers and our teacher partners, while also learning about what they've experienced during our Lawyers in the Classroom visits. And now today, we are speaking with Mr. Cody Spencer, one of our teacher partners. He's a seventh and eighth grade teacher, a science teacher at Carter G. Woodson Elementary School, located in the historic Bronzeville community. And we're just so happy that he's here with us today. So welcome, Cody.
Thanks for having me.
So just to get things started, why did you decide to be a part of the Lawyers in the Classroom program?
I definitely believe in teaching holistically. I like to go a little bit um, above and beyond my content area. I'm invested in my kids and the Bronzeville community, and um, I was kind of surprised and taken aback that a lot of our students weren't exposed to the law, their own rights, or even the profession of lawyers. And I thought it was a good opportunity to give them that exposure instead of looking at me every day and asking me questions. How about I give you an expert to ask those same questions about, and we all learn together from a professional.
Awesome. Um, so, having been a part of the program for a few years now, and we're so thankful that you continue to be a part of the program, what do you believe are the benefits of the Lawyers in the Classroom program for both you and your students?
Well, for one, for my students, I can just see, the change in their demeanor when they see someone who's achieved a goal that they, thought was possible for themselves.
Mhm.
It's almost like being able to touch, hold the hand, to grab the jersey of your hero. The fact that they're able to do that and bounce ideas and get the blueprint, it means so much to them because I can just see a completely different look on their face when they're able to talk about um, things that normally go beyond our classroom. But more importantly, though, I love when they have that enlightened moment. So some of the lessons we've had, we all learn, we get some clarification on things that we didn't know before. And I like when my kids have that, oh, wait, cool, like, aha, or, when they learn. And that's been the biggest benefit for me because, it's giving them the opportunity to understand, that learning never stops. You can learn from everyone, but it's always cool to have a conversation with somebody who's an expert in that field.
Mhm. And have you had an opportunity to see how your students can have demonstrated what they've learned from the Lawyers in the Classroom lessons and any kind of discussions that they've had, maybe post lesson following the visits?
So we had almost a 2 hour long discussion after we had a lesson taught to us about freedom of speech,
Hmm.
and it was very cool to hear, both sides of the debate. Because when we went into the conversation, everybody thought one way, but then we learned that with everything in life, with everything in law, it's never black or white. There's always a gray area. And it was really cool to see my 13, 14-year olds, talk about how, some things can be beneficial, but some things could all be hazardous. But the law is always, the truth. It should be interpreted that way. It was just a really great conversation because I don't think a lot of them looked at freedom of speech on both sides. And to me, it was just a great practice on approaching everything, like getting as much information as possible, looking at it both ways, being empathetic to both sides. And it was just like a really cool moment in my classroom.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like that was a really a big highlight for one of the visits. But I'm wondering if you have another highlight you'd like to share, maybe a favorite experience, either remote or in person, that you would like to share with us that you've had during being a part of the program.
So my favorite experience, I'm not going to say her name, but I have a student who barely talks in class,
Hmm.
barely says anything. But it never fails. Whenever the program comes to class, the teachers get to talking to teach their lesson, and they start the debate portion. She always leads the conversation, always asks a billion questions. And it's such a great moment because in that experience, I found out that she wants to be a lawyer, and just her getting information from lawyers, finding out that there's different types of law, what she should go to law school, how she can navigate and go to law school. It was just a good moment because it went from having a silent child who just going through the motions, how
Hmm.
being uninterested with remote learning. I get it,
Hmm.
to being awakened and falling in love uh, with something she probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to do had it not been for this program.
Certainly. Yeah, that's definitely one of the key parts of the program. Having attorneys coming into the classroom remotely or in person where they can connect with the students and learn more about the law profession. And we, of course, being that it's a part of the Chicago Bar Association, we definitely want students to be thinking about becoming attorneys. I'm so glad that she was engaged and that the students continue to be engaged. And we're just excited that we were able to partner with Carter G. Woodson and you and your students. And so I'm just grateful that we continue that partnership. So thank you again for your partnership and thank you for meeting with me today. So thank you so much.
You are much appreciated. Thank you.